What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about why cropping is underrated, in my opinion, in Lightroom, and it gets a bit overlooked. So today I'm going to give you an example of one of the photos I actually did, which I did post on my Instagram the other day. It was actually from the city first person video that I did the 2 days, well, uploaded 2 days ago, but about 4 days. So cropping is a tool in Lightroom or anything in all types of Adobe things, but I usually I mainly only use Lightroom or either Premiere Pro, which I do edit videos on as well. So for me wise, I reckon cropping can really change the story of your photo. So like if you're far away or something, you can actually just crop it. You know how cropping works anyway. But if you guys don't know, cropping can literally, like, if the photo is like too big or something, and you really want to like size it up, like this photo for example here, actually the original photo was actually, if I can change it as the shot, I was actually quite far away from it, and so it was actually quite a amazing thing of how something like that can really change. And if cropping as well, it actually gives you a couple of lines as well. It also does do that with cameras as well. With the new Canon I think it was the Canon R6 Mark II, which is one of the cameras I actually do want to get. And apparently, like the change into the camera, it can actually blind, like if you're in like an angle with your camera or something like that, it can actually fix up the horizontal and make the line straight. I don't know how that works in terms of how Canon even managed to do that, which is really cool. And so I like with cropping wise, like, because when I was beginning wise, I never really did that in terms of I never touched really the cropping besides posting on Instagram, or even like, I don't know, the only thing I'll crop wise is the only thing I'll crop would just be like the distraction. That's about it. But yeah, I never really touched it in the beginning of my photography journey, and stuff like that. And yeah, and literally cropping can literally change a photo in a matter of like half an hour to an hour if you're editing a few photos. Because really straightening the photo up can just change the whole entire thing, rather than just like editing it and then posting it, which is what I did. Because otherwise your photo would just really look weird. There is types of photography where people do like to have those type of photos where they're just really like crop, like really like in an angle, which is, I think, I don't know what it's called, but I know there's like a few artists who do that in terms of only a specific building. I think it's like houses and stuff like that. I think that they do all sorts of things with the cityscape and stuff like that, which is like art, which is what I try to do in the beginning. Like I try to make my photos into art formed, somewhat, but they're terrible. But yeah, it's quite amazing of how technology is advancing towards, you don't have to actually do it on your computer. You can actually do it on your camera, with the new Canon, which I don't have today, but I wish I had it. I am looking into it, and I always do your research in terms of camera bodies, because don't spend your money on camera bodies that you're not going to do. Because if you're just looking for the new cameras and stuff like that, and you've got no idea what to do with them, just do your research before buying it, which I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like contemplate of if it's worth the money and stuff like that. Definitely, because this camera up here that I'm recording with, it's always been good. And so, but yeah, with this photo here, actually, I do want to speak about it. Like the original one was like, it was not. So I put it on the 0, and then I usually just play around with it and see which one's the straightest and not. And so the line here, I usually play with the line in terms of the cropping wise. But I did. It's the original photo, so I'm not really going to make a duplicates. And like usually, I just play around with it and see which one's straight or not. It's a funny thing, but then sometimes you'll see like, oh, it's straight, but then once you see like an hour later, you go, oh, that's not straight at all, and you fix it up. It's quite easy. And at the moment, I just do that. And that's the actual photo itself. But then I just went like that. Well, no, something like that, but I usually just play around with it and then do something like that. It's definitely not the photo was, but it's something close to it. Yeah, there you go. That's what it look like on Instagram, somewhat. But and yeah. Now I just want to talk about all the cropping and stuff like that, and the tools and stuff it actually gives you. Because the aspect ratio gives you the aspect radius, which I always go for if I want to post on Instagram. 4x5, and you can rotate, flip, and all types of stuff. And the crop things is actually overlay is quite good as well. I usually only use thirds and stuff like that because otherwise I never really looked at the overlay things. I just usually play with around the straightening wise, but I will probably experiment a little bit on that and then tell you guys what they are and stuff like that. And yeah, no, this was just a short video of why I think cropping is underrated in terms of my opinion, and how you can change a photo into a beautiful another version of it. So yeah, please do like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all next time.